Now available in paperback and e-readers, E-Steam Cancel Vacation. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a social justice, social media mob looking to cancel her in this all-new E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Cancel Vacation in paperback and e-readers today. Those of us who are B1 and all about Black empowerment, we have to deal with an issue in the Black community. And that issue is that there is a contingent in the Black community that are afraid of results. Now, this fear of results is something that I believe comes from over 400 years of white supremacy and the mental conditioning of believing that if a white man does not validate whatever things that we are trying to build, then it has absolutely no value. And because a lot of Black people believe in this white supremacist ideal of seeking white validation for Black success, this is why a lot of Black people become very scared when they see a Black person acting on their own towards empowering themselves. And when that person goes out here to work towards empowering themselves and other brothers and sisters, many of these people, when they start seeing tangible results being produced, what happens is they start running away. Now, many of those people run away because they are scared of reprisals from an imaginary white person. And they believe that if they go out here and support that Black person who is out here producing tangible results, whether it be a product for a Black-owned business or going out here and helping out another brother or sister be able to develop tangible economic empowerment through a job, or go out here and be able to develop contacts through networking, what happens is many of the Black masses, whenever they see Black people making power moves, many of them start to get really scared and they start backing away. And that's not how we can get to Black empowerment, because the road to Black empowerment is about Black people realizing and understanding their value and understanding that the value we have of what we build is more valuable than the so-called blessing or approval of a white person. When we start to see value in people who go out here and can produce tangible results, that's when we can go out here and start making serious progress. Because it is those who go out here and produce tangible results that show us that they are individuals that are ready for a leadership position. Now, why are people who can produce tangible results fit for leadership positions in the Black community? Well, it's because these people have gone out here and put in the work, and because they have put in the work, they understand the process that needs to be followed in order to produce tangible results. So you have a person out here who is putting in the work, who understands the process for what needs to be produced, and then they now, because they know this process and they know how to set goals for the benchmarks for the final goal, they can then take a project or a goal to the finish line. And it's those kind of people who can go out here and create measurable results as related to getting tangibles for the Black community. So that's why I say those who can produce results are leaders in the Black community, not these talking head politicians or these armchair intellectuals. Most of these kind of people talk a good game, but they don't go out here and produce tangible results that empower or enrich other Black people. No, most of those people, they just sit there and say things that make that the white supremacists they work for want to hear, and they parrot back messages that make black people feel good, but they don't go out here and get us on the road towards producing tangibles for ourselves or working towards tangibles that help us be able to move ourselves ahead as a people and a collective. Because when you have people who are out here who understand process and have worked through process, they can then go out here after learning process, then go out here and teach others how to do the process that will allow them to get tangible results that will allow them to also make the same progress they have. And that's why it's important to have those kind of people in leadership positions, because they're going to go out here and produce the process that will allow others to be able to grow and expand the black community. Unfortunately, these days, again, many in our black community are so scared of those who produce results that whenever we see a black person going out here and doing things like starting a business or starting to lay the foundation for building anything, what we do is, as a collective, we have people in our community who run away. And then we have others who go out here and they'll see that black person going out here to build, and they'll be detracting that person, making all sorts of put downs and saying all sorts of negativity about that person and their work. And then there are those who are building themselves, and instead of them reaching out to create a bridge to another black person, they want to be what I call the H-nice. And because they want to be the H-nice, what they want to do is be the number one black person as related to empowering black people. And because this person wants to be a deity in the black community, they don't really want to go out here and reach over to another brother or a sister and be able to go out here and help that person, but not and help them grow their business and grow their own. Now, a black person who's about black empowerment has no problem reaching out to another brother or another sister and helping them with advice or helping them be able to further expand their business or whatever venture they're having. Because when one of us empowers another, what that does is it strengthens us as a collective. And when the iron sharpens the iron, we get a stronger black base, and that black base, once it's stronger and sharpened, it becomes a foundation for building more things on. And that's something many black people don't really think about, because they're all caught up in feelings about what people say in speeches instead of thinking about the tangible, the results that are produced. Because talk is cheap and action costs money. And when you see a person taking action, they are oftentimes spending their own money to try to get things started. Unfortunately, it's hard to get things started in the black community, because a lot of black people, when they start seeing results from other people, they start getting scared. And once they start getting scared, what happens is they don't support that other brother out or sister out here, and they start running and heading for the hills, wondering whatever ramifications are going to come from an evil white man. And as they leave that black person out in the lurch, whatever ventures they're trying to do to enrich and empower other brothers and sisters, it falls by the wayside, because all they're waiting for is the other shoe to drop from an imaginary white man, when they should be out here trying to help elevate this other black man who has shown that they can go out here and produce tangibles, because those tangibles show us that this person has something finished. And because they have something finished, what that means is, now that we have something finished as related to tangibles, we now have a person with a skill set. And if they've got a skill set, they can go out here and teach and lead others, and they already show leadership ability because they can go out here and take initiative on their own. So we go out here in our black community, we don't support those who are producing tangibles and results, and the result is we don't grow as a collective. And when we don't go out here and support those who produce tangible results, we wind up in the same dysfunctional place that we've been in for the last, I say, 50 or 60 years, because we keep looking for some imaginary white person to say what we're doing is good, instead of creating our own measures and standards for our own tangibles. Because the only way we can achieve success and black empowerment is when we create the standards for our success, and we create the measures for the success we are trying to achieve, and create the measures for the goals we are trying to accomplish. Because when you set the goals and you create the standards, you set the bar for your own success. And sadly, many black people, we continue to measure our success by a white barometer instead of going out here and creating a black barometer for black empowerment, and a barometer that will show true black excellence. That's the thing that a lot of us need to do. And when we see black people out here creating tangible results and working towards creating tangible results that will enrich, and empower black people, we have to start getting behind those brothers and sisters who are out here working towards producing tangibles, because it is those people who are really leaders, and it's those people who can help us start working towards, after developing a platform for black empowerment, then start working towards the goal of getting us all on the same page towards a black agenda. Now, if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my positive black fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the John Haynes series, and books of the Smith-Dorella trilogy, and books like The Thetas and A Recipe for Success, along with my men's issues books, you can find all of those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format, Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.